Okay, so you pick your reference picture that you want. And for me, you know, I don't even try to copy it as like 100% as I can. You know, I mean, I try to get it to look identical, but it's not like I'm going to stress over all the details because ultimately, when I'm doing these types of pieces, I'm not worried about the details. As long as you can kind of see the shape of what it's supposed to be, or, you know, as long as you can still kind of see the outline and what it is, then I feel like it's a win. And you know, the part where I really think about is kind of the color scheming, because I don't know, I like to pick colors that look appealing to my eye. It's all personal preference, but that's the hardest part for me because I don't want it to get jumbled in the colors. I don't want the shape of my crab to get distorted by, you know, picking the wrong colors, I suppose. So let's get this sketch going. Let me see. I can barely see my reference picture. Let's prop this up here. And for those wondering, it's probably not. This is a Kindle that I got. I don't know how many years ago. I've had this Kindle for a while now. All right, so I'm gonna start with the face of this guy. What should we call him? I feel like Mr. Krabs is a bit cliche. So here we go. And once again, you know, I'm really not stressing this being 100% accurate. Got this weird, there we go, something like that. I'll leave the eyes big. The fun part to me is drawing the mouth. I'm gonna make it up a little bit. Something like that. Let's have this one kind of fold out that way. There we go. And I feel like this is probably the harder parts, is just doing the body. To me, the legs are going to be a little bit easier, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just overly confident. And for what? I've never drawn this before. What is this called? The carapace. I know my marine biology teacher would be disappointed in the lack of knowledge that I have retained from his class. Sorry, Mr. Eckrich. He was a cool teacher, though. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. And then we got one leg that kind of juts out like this. I'm gonna zoom back out with my picture so I can see the rest. Comes pretty high up above the carapace, or the body. It comes up pretty high from there. And go like this. Bada bing, bada boom. And now I only have about, how many legs do I have left? 6. I don't know. Like I said, this is my first video. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know if I should just shut up and just get to the product, but I don't know, it doesn't sound as fun to me. How many people out here like Mac DeMarco? Love that guy. There's a crazy story that's behind this song, but I don't even know if it's true or not, and I probably shouldn't be talking about it on here, but look it up. You might find out some stuff about Mac DeMarco. If the ocean had their own sporting events, man, I bet these guys would be phenomenal at basketball. Look at them. Look at that wingspan. I wonder how it was for the first people to discover these things. You know, I wonder if they were amazed or terrified, or maybe a little bit of both. If I saw this in the depths, because I'm pretty sure like they, you know, they're on the ground, right? They don't swim, so you'd probably have to be in some darker conditions in the ocean, right? And then you just see these big old freaking sea spider looking son of the guns. That might startle you, huh? Shoot, house spiders startle me. I really enjoy doing these painting things, the more abstract approach, because I do a lot of charcoal art and portraits, and that, you know, those need a little bit more attention to detail. And sometimes it can be a little frustrating when things don't come out how I want it to. And, you know, I'll always be very critical of my own work, but I'm just kind of outlining it roughly, copying as much as I can to the best of my capabilities. I think I need to narrow this one down a little bit. It's a little bit of a thick boy. Don't want the crab leg to be too thick. It's gonna weigh him down. How are you gonna do with a crab walk if his crab leg is too beefy? You ain't gonna crab walk, you're gonna crab sink. Right, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure like these things get at least like 6 feet across, 5 feet across, like the biggest they can get. They get it pretty huge, man. Granted, you know, they're gangly, but that's still huge. I don't know. That's pretty crazy. Sea creatures like that fascinate me, though. Like, I'm pretty sure, I can't remember what species, maybe it's all species, but I know like lobsters, I'm pretty sure as long as they're alive and can keep eating or whatever, thriving, they just keep growing. I can't remember what the lobster's name was, but there was this gigantic lobster that they had caught before. I want to say it was like over 3 feet, maybe. I wish I brushed up on my crustacean facts before I did this, because I'm just butchering all of these things, but there we go. Eating crab legs, I feel like, is almost not worth the reward. I'm not good at cracking crab legs open, so maybe that's just a skill issue, right? This is Peach Pit, and I'm pretty sure they're actually coming to my neck of the woods sometime this coming year. I should go. Now, time to ink it over. All right. Yeah, so this is what I got. A little crab boy, crab fella, crab partner, whatever you want to call it. Wish me luck. All right. All right. We got our crab feller. All right, so I picked my colors. I got this dark green, I got this lightish blue, some black, light pink, dark red, and this lavenderish color. So I'm gonna lightly squeeze it, try to just put this black dot right here on that eye. That worked out. And some black in the mouth, because I want that part at least to stay dark, you know. I'm gonna put some black here too, actually, in the shadowy areas. Like that. Keeping a light hand as I dab the paint on. And you know what, you'll get some overspill, but we can live with it. So from here, now I'm gonna take my light color to try to keep the areas that I want light. So now I'm gonna cover the mouth because I want his mouth to be white. I want some areas around his eyes to be white, like this. And there'll be some here. And then I want some throughout this leg here. As you pull the paint across the page, the paint will smear. So you need to block the paint that you lay down on the paper, you need to block it in by surrounding that color with other paint so that when it smears, you know, like the paint that you left behind stays there. All right. So now I'm gonna come through with this light pink, because I don't want it to just be red and white. I think pink could be a nice color in this mix. All right, and now before I go crazy with the red, I'm gonna try to build a border around the crab. Keep blocking this in. Because what we're going to do after this paint is blocking, we're going to come through with the red and really make the colors pop here. There we go. All right. Oh, whoops. Let me get this side too. Gotta keep outlining just a little bit more. There we go. And then I'm going to try to achieve some different effects here. Hopefully I can get it to work. Like that. And now let's put in some red. Here we go. First pull. One pull, gonna wash this off. All right, not bad. I'm gonna have to go back through because it kind of got blurred up, and I think it's because I took too long to get to actually smearing all the paint, so the paint soaked in a little bit too much. So now my drawing got saturated with the moisture from the paint, so it kind of came out a little bit soggier. It can still be salvaged. I still think it came out pretty cool. For the reveal, and that's what we got. I just went back through and outlined him a little bit more so with my Micron. I just kind of wanted to pack in more of the detail again, because like I said, it kind of got soggy. That normally doesn't happen all the time, but I don't have this down to 100% science, so I mean, and then I just, you know, just do it a little bit. I like the lines and just the random shapes. What I was originally trying to do with the paint was I tried to make bubbles. That's why I put the blue paint first in little circles, and then I covered it with the green so that the blue wouldn't smear as much, at least, you know. And apologize, this is my first video, so I had to edit it a lot because my big head kept getting in the way. So hope you enjoyed.